What if you're stuck? What if your big barrier is that you feel you don't deserve help? Or it comes up in all sorts of ways, right? We'll think, oh, I don't deserve that job, right? I don't deserve success. I have to, we feel like we have to go and do a whole bunch of things before we're deserving of that. Or I don't deserve that relationship. This is another place that comes up a lot. People feel actually that they don't want to get into actually a healthy relationship, a relationship that's good for them because they feel like, oh, there's all these things that are wrong with me, or there's all these things I need to fix first, and then I'll be deserving of this thing. So there's two things I really want to call out with this. One, the first thing to recognize is this is the same as every other compulsion, where we believe there's this feeling we need to get before doing the thing that's actually useful to us. There is no difference between saying, maybe I should go to therapy, but I don't feel deserving of it. I don't feel deserving of help. That's no different than I'd like to leave my home, but I don't feel like I can do that right now because I don't feel certain about either what's at home, or I don't feel safe. I don't feel like it's good for me right now. And then we do all of those compulsions like, oh, okay, I just need to check lots of things in here. Or we start doing lots of compulsions because we're afraid of contaminating something out there. Like, oh, I'm going to take the bad thing outside. I don't feel I should do that. I need to feel like it's resolved before I go and live my life. Same as every other compulsion. But so often we believe it, right? This idea of deserving, this is one that I see coming up a lot where people really buy into it. What we do here is, yeah, we create this cage that we hold ourselves into. The other thing, the second thing, so that's first, recognizing it's the same as every other compulsion, just chasing a feeling. The other thing to look at here too is that it's also an indicator that there are many other compulsions happening before it. Because when we're trapped in that, oh, I don't deserve things, I'm not good, etc. cage, uh, we've built that cage through attaching meanings and judgments to so many different things in our lives, and so many things we've done, so many things that happen in our heads. We can start to work on tackling the compulsions around that, the things we're avoiding because we think we're not deserving. So we can say, okay, well, you're gonna call, somebody to get help. You're gonna actually give yourself that, or you're gonna give yourself some enjoyment this weekend, like have a good time. You don't always have to be punishing yourself, things like that. We can cut that out, but we've got to also cut out all the compulsions that came before it. And that often gets into beliefs that we may have held on to for a very long time. We build these cages, this cage of I'm not deserving, like I shouldn't be happy. We build them through these intricate, complex series of compulsions, these series of transactional compulsions and judgments. We say, oh, because I had this thought, therefore I am a bad person. Or if I haven't figured out XYZ, then I can't move ahead in life. If I'm somebody who struggles with anxiety, then I can't do this and I can't do that and I can't do that. And the thing is, we often believe those. And to start to recognize that those are compulsions, that judging and labeling is a very straightforward controlling compulsion that we're often engaging in throughout our lives and that we see as normal, we may see as necessary. And so start to look for that pattern, this very transactional pattern where we say, okay, I'm going to put this judgment on myself. I'm going to attach this meaning. Oh, and then because I attach that meaning, well, that kind of person can't do this. And that kind of person, oh, that's bad. They shouldn't go and take that kind of job. They shouldn't work in a job, they shouldn't be out in public because, it's going to come out that they're a bad person and they're going to be so embarrassed. This is where you see people running into all of these compulsions too, around fears of getting canceled, uh, avoiding jobs, really confining themselves in that cage. Start to see how we build that cage. Start to see how we're constantly going about attaching labels to things, putting them in these tiny boxes that restrict us. And so what we've got to do is, just like this pug right there, we've got to just start to recognize. So one, yeah, you can cut out the compulsions, but because the brain has learned all of this stuff, the way to do this, to really start to teach your brain new things, is you've got to do it through actions. The brain learns beliefs through how we behave in the world. So that cage that you've built, where, oh, I don't deserve this, I shouldn't have that, I'm a bad person, so I can't do this. That cage you've built, the only way to break it down now is to steal happiness, is to start to take it, is to notice the brain go, oh, but you're not deserving. Like, look, you've spent all of these years telling yourself you're not deserving of this, and that people who do that shouldn't have that, and somebody that has those kinds of bad thoughts shouldn't be allowed to go and do this. The brain has learned that. Okay, it's learned that. Now we've got to show it a more useful way of interacting with the world. And like for the pug, that more useful way of interacting with the world is just go for the treats. And those treats are happiness. Those treats are health. Those treats are enjoyment. Those treats are relationships that nurture us and support our lives. Those treats are doing the things that we want to do in life and giving the things we want to give. And we've got to start to go and do them. And then the brain starts to learn. So if you're running in to challenges with a question, like a question similar to this, and there's all sorts of forms of it, right? Like I explained there, this, oh, I don't deserve this because of X, Y, Z. I shouldn't do that because I'm this kind of person, and so on. The way to break that down is to step out of the cage, and it'll feel terrifying. So come back to this pug, because that pug, no shame about what it's doing right now. Just tongue out, get up on the countertop, and you get the treats.